I now call to order this meeting of the Stow-Munroe Falls City Schools Board of Education on Monday, November 24th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
East Jenkins,
Here.
Merlidy,
Here.
Sheehan,
Here.
Sudolnik,
Here.
Wind.
Here. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Everything we do is designed to provide a future-ready, student-centered learning experience for every single child. Our strategic plan for 2021 through 2026 will help us accomplish this goal by considering every facet of a student's learning experience, from curriculum to infrastructure to wellness and everything in between. As members of the Board of Education, we serve as trustees. Therefore, this is a business meeting being conducted in public, not a public meeting. We are grateful to serve an engaged community and therefore encourage and respect input from citizens. We expect that everyone present will behave in a manner consistent with the behavior we expect of our students. We reserve the right to have those who do not comply removed from our meeting. Superintendent's report. Dr. Gould?
Good evening, everyone. There are some seats in the front for people who are standing in the back. There are still some seats up here in the front. Tonight, I want to welcome us to Echo Hills, and we will begin with our Echo Hills presentation from Principal Kate Hamilton.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. I am very proud to announce some fourth grade students led by our fabulous fourth grade teacher, Mrs. DiLorenzo. If you would come forward along with our fourth grade students. Thank you for being here, and families, thank you for being here as well. We also have another fourth grade teacher in the back. Mrs. Miller, if you could raise your hand. Thank you for being here as well.
Thank you for being here. As Ms. Hamilton said, I'm Jamie DiLorenzo. I teach fourth grade and I teach math, and I have invited some of my math stars here tonight to showcase some of the awesome things we're doing in math class. So I present to you my students.
Hello, my name is Jude.
Oh, back up a little bit.
Hello, my name is Jude. I'm Grayson.
I'm Sophia.
My name is Caleb.
I'm Dane. I'm Chidani. And I'm Rosalind.
One of the concepts that is introduced in fourth grade is factors. We learned about multiples in third grade, and that has helped us to find factors of given numbers in fourth grade.
When I say multiples, you say skip count. When I say multiples, you say skip count. Everyone. When I say multiples, you say skip count.
The goal for fourth grade is to find factors of the given numbers up to 100, and then determine if the given number is prime or composite.
Let's start with multiples. We can list the multiples of given numbers. Can someone tell me the multiples of 3? Rosalind.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Can someone tell me the multiples of 9?
9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90.
Multiples go on and on forever. Multiples get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Next, let's talk about factors. Factors are numbers that you multiply together to get a product.
Being able to fluently list the factors of the given number helps us have a quick recall when we are multiplying and dividing.
Let's talk about the factors of 12. We usually list the factors in a T-chart. We always start with 1. 1 is a factor of every number. 1's partner is the number itself, and in this case, 1's partner is 12, because 1 times 12 equals 12, or 12 times 1 equals 12. When I count by 1, I count 12 times until I get to 12. When I count by 12s, I count 1 time until I get to 12.
After 1, we try 2. 2 will always work if the number is even. 12 is even because you can split it half and evenly. And 2's partner is half of the given number. Half of 12 is 6.
After 2, we try 3. We can count by 3 4 times and land on 12. After 3, we try 4. We can count by 4 3 times and land on 12. Once we reach the number that we have already listed on the other side, we are done. Therefore, the factors of 12 in order are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12.
Let's try 15. I know 1 and 15 is my first factor pair. And since 15 is an odd number, because it can't be split evenly, 2 is not a factor.
After 2, we try 3. When I count by 3 5 times, I land on 15. So 3 and 5 are factors of 15. 4 is an even number, and when we count by even numbers, we land on even numbers. Therefore, 4 won't work. We already have 5 on our list, so we're done. Let's talk about the number 5. When we list the factors of 5, there are only 2 factors, 1 and 5, because 1 and 5 and 5 times 1 are the only factors that you can multiply together to get a product of 5.
What about 2.5 times 2, you ask? Yes, that will also give a product of 5. However, factors are whole numbers. Now that we have listed the factors, we have to determine if the number is prime or composite.
What is prime, you ask? Prime is when the number has 2 factors or 1 factor pair. We clap 1 time to remind us, and prime is a 1-syllable word.
5 is composite because it only has 1 factor or 1 factor pair or 2 factors. 1 and 5, composite. Clap it out. Composite. Has 3 syllables and reminds us that when a number has 3 or more factors, it is composite. Therefore, 12 is composite.
Fun facts. There are 25 prime numbers up to 100.
2 is the only even number that is prime.
4 will work if the number is even and 2's partner can be split in half. 5 will work if there is a 0 or 5 in the ones place.
6 will work if the number is even and 3's partner can be split in half.
Prime has 1 syllable and 1 factor pair. Composite has 3 syllables and must have at least 3 factors.
1 is neither prime or composite because a prime number must have 2 factors. 1 only has 1 factor.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you, students. That was fantastic.
And next, we'll have our updates from our student representative, Avery Swanson.
Over the past week, the high school has had many exciting events, including the play, which was A Midsummer's Night Dream. That was very successful for those students. They had a showing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We also had the Bulldogs United Friendsgiving, where we have a celebration for our exchange students, which this year they are from Nigeria and Peru. And this week we also had the results of the March to Midfield competition come out, and the band won. So they will perform at the Browns halftime on December 7th. Also coming up, we have the band concert on December 11th, as well as the choir concert December 4th.
Thank you. Anything else, Dr. Gould? Okay, it is now time for a 5-minute recess. It was lovely having you all in the audience, but if you would like to go on with your evening and leave, now is the time. But you are welcome to stay if you would like to. Okay. Next is our presentation of the Bulldog Center Stage Awards. Dr. Gould?
Good evening. I am excited to announce our November winners for the Bulldog Center Stage, starting with our first winner, Amanda Donatelli, kitchen manager. The high school kitchen has been short-staffed, and Amanda's meal numbers have increased over 100 kids more than she usually serves. This is due to her never-quit attitude and variety of offerings daily. Her commitment to serve the students quality meals and provide quality service while engaging with them daily about their lives. She is a friendly face that the kids see daily that feeds them and keeps them fed so that they can continue to do their best at school. Thank you, Ms. Donatelli. Next, we have from Echo Hills, Stephanie Elton. Stephanie continuously goes above and beyond by actively seeking opportunities to refine her practice and deepen her expertise. She doesn't simply meet expectations, she pushes herself to perfect her mission of truly meeting the unique needs of each learner. Her calm, welcoming demeanor creates a classroom environment where students feel valued and respected. Thank you so much, Ms. Elton. Next, we have Dina Hillman, custodian from Kempton. Dina is on it. Wherever there are any issues immediately with the elevator, lockers, doors, cleanliness to be done, heaters, snow plowing, grass cutting. She doesn't miss a beat. The students respect her and know they can joke with her and know that they are not being disrespectful to her. Qualities include amazing communication, thoughtfulness, trustworthy, honesty, accountability, commitment and teamwork, excellence in their role, and quality job performance. Thank you, Ms. Hillman. Next up from Highland, Principal Nick Kish. He's got his own cheering squad back there. Mr. Kish is incredible. He has contributed to the success of our building in many ways. Since the beginning of the year, Mr. Kish has been outside for every recess. He helps facilitate the soccer game and interacts with the students the entire time. He is incredible at connecting with them. Every morning, Mr. Kish gets the positivity flowing with his incredible announcement. He gets us all in the mood to have an incredible, fun day learning together. Thank you so much, Principal Kish. From Riverview, teacher Paige Crawl. Paige has made significant contributions to the success of our school building this month. Through her consistent excellence as an interventionist, her instructional practice reflects a deep dedication to ensuring that every student receives a high-quality instruction and has the opportunity to demonstrate growth. Thank you so much. From Woodland, Nikki Pylan, math teacher. Nikki is not only a wonderful fourth grade math teacher, she also co-facilitates our Woodland Student Council program. This month, Student Council is collecting canned food and hygiene products for the Good Neighbors Food Pantry. Nikki has been hyping the collection up and the post daily updates by classroom collection in each hallway. Nikki cares about her students and often will spend her free time on weekends attending their sporting, singing, and other extracurricular events. Thank you, Ms. Pilot. From Central Office, Dana Pisani. If a student at Kempton or any building needs something, Dana makes sure it happens. Whether she is skipping her own lunch in order to buy clothes for students in need of staying late to meet with the teachers who have concerns, Dana is always going above and beyond what her job description entails. If we were to have concerns about a student, we know to let Dana know, because if she cannot help, she will make sure she finds someone who does. Thank you so much, Ms. Pisani. From Indian Trail, Jackie Shafter, intervention specialist. Jackie consistently goes above and beyond to ensure her students receive the support they need to succeed. She approaches every day with compassion, dedication, and true commitment to doing what is best for each child. Her ability to collaborate and offer support to colleagues makes her a valued member of our team. Congratulations. From our bus garage, Tammy Schaefer, bus aide. Schaefer. Tammy is always friendly and willing to help wherever is needed. She will do whatever is asked of her, and she brings such positive energy to everything she does. Tammy helps our students to feel comfortable and excited to go to school each day. Thank you so much. Next, we have Counselor Sarah Smith from Lakeview. Ms. Smith has contributed to the overall experience for our staff, students, and parents at Lakeview by being an excellent communicator and treating others with compassion and sincerity in her capacity as a school counselor. During the past month, as the calendar held the end of the grading period for students and a busy time of year for the staff members and parents of those students, Ms. Smith was a consistent support. Ms. Smith impacts the daily culture at Lakeview with her proactive and positive interactions in her role. Thank you so much, Ms. Smith. And last but not least, Jacqueline Zaha, teacher from Fish Creek. She shows excellence as a teacher through her commitment to meeting the needs of every student and by living out the heart of the district mission. In her classroom, learning is active and meaningful. Students are encouraged to think, reason, and apply knowledge to real-world problems rather than simply absorb facts. Classroom learning is active and meaningful. Beyond academics, she inspires her students to grow in confidence and character, showing them by example what it means to use their minds well and believe in their own potential. Thank you so much. And congratulations again to all our November winners.
Again, thank you to all of our fantastic staff. Dr. Gould, more recognition?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Tonight, we would like to recognize our coaches. Coaches are mentors, they are teachers on and off the field, and so we want to recognize them this evening. We are recognizing the fall head coaches. Even though we have assistant coaches, they will also be receiving certificates, but we want to acknowledge those fall head coaches here at the meeting this evening. So I'm going to ask our athletic director, Kyle Feldman, and Aaron Bibbins and Zoe Walsh to join me as we call up our fall coaches. Testing. All right, starting with our cheerleading, 8th grade, Kelly Lehner. She here? All right, we will make sure she get that. Maria Terabasi, 7th grade cheerleading coach. Okay, all right, just got out of practice. Cross country, Lisa Myers. Football, 7th grade, Jordan Greathouse. Football, 8th grade, Raymond Diasanto. Volleyball, 7th grade, Sarah Urbanic. And volleyball, 8th grade, Pamela Fair. Well, we thank them for all that they do for our kids. Mhm. Moving on to our high school head coaches. For cheerleading, Allison Kirkendall. There's Allie.
You did just come straight from practice.
You're welcome. And cross country, we have boys, James LaSure, and cross country girls, Derek Hubbard. I knew you guys were here. Good to see you guys. Good. Yeah. From our dance team, Lauren Bright. Field hockey, Catherine Stewart. Football, Martin Potter. All right, I know this guy's here. Boys golf, Chet Feldman. Congratulations. Yep. Girls golf, Scotty Robar.
We're gonna give it to Zoe instead.
Oh, give it to Zoe instead. Okay, the assistant. Soccer boys, Kyle Cosmella. Soccer girls, Dino McIntyre.
All right.
Congratulations. And for tennis girls, Cecilia Maduros. And volleyball, Miguel Ramirez. Right. Thank you again for all you do for our kids. Thank you so much. And we need a photo. Don't go anywhere, guys. Thank you again to all the fall coaches.
At this time in our agenda, we invite citizens to share their concerns about items on today's agenda that will be voted on only. Comments on non-agenda items will be heard later in the meeting. All comments must be directed to the entire board and be no longer than 3 minutes. We will listen to and consider your remarks, but there will be no conversation aside from clarifying questions. If you are seeking a direct response or further information, we ask that you submit your request in writing. Please begin your remarks with your first and last name.
Good evening. My name is Evelyn Kremyar. I just want to point out that I think there have been 2 omissions in tonight's recognitions. Number 1, I was absolutely delighted and so very proud to see that our own Dr. Gould was the recipient of the Education Award presented by the mentoring organization 100 Black Men of Greater Cleveland. That she was singled out from all the possible candidates across Northeast Ohio really shows how exceptional she is. We are very lucky to have her here in Stow. Congratulations, Dr. Gould. But I have to say, I was truly dismayed to see the resignation of Mr. Guclano is on this meeting's agenda. I have spent my entire professional career in schools and libraries and completely understand, having done it myself, that sometimes saying yes to new opportunities is in your personal and professional best interest. But oh, you will leave us with big shoes to fill. I wish the school board the very best of luck in searching for new candidates. It will be a huge challenge to find a replacement that brings Mr. Guclano's skills, experience, and work ethic to the treasurer's position. After every school board meeting I attend, every single one, I go home honestly in awe of the depth of knowledge, professionalism, patience, and grace shown by both Dr. Gould and Mr. Guclano in their roles as our district superintendent and treasurer. You have both been and will continue to be deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ryan Miller. I'm the head swim and dive coach at Stow-Munroe Falls High School. This is my 9th season with Stow. Today, agenda item 10B for the extended field trip proposal for our swim team. Just wanted to speak on that. This is the first time we'll have an extended trip since pre-COVID. So we're very excited about that. The band, was voted for the game on December 7th, the Browns game, to perform. So I wanted to update that. Originally, we were proposing 48 athletes. Due to the band, we're down to 32 athletes, but we're still very excited about it. We've been planning it for 6 months, and we can ensure the safety and well-being. We have 4 board-approved coaches attending, and a detailed itinerary and very excited for the opportunity. So thank you.
Okay, I'm not seeing any further commenters. Next on our agenda is the superintendent's consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
East Jenkins,
Aye.
Merlitti,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Theodonic,
Aye.
Wind.
Aye. And welcome to our new girls flag football club. That was on that list. Dr. What do you want to read the gifts?
I would like to recognize those who have donated to the Stow-Munroe Falls School District. Sorry. The following was donated to Stow-Munroe Falls School Cheerleading. Antoinette East Jenkins donated 10. Carrie Saldonic, $10. The following was donated to the Stow-Munroe Falls High School Girls Volleyball Team. Ryan Courtwright, $40. Laura and Craig Wilhoit, $130. Other donations included Joseph and Amy Artell donated $50 to the Kempton Middle School Drama Club, and Stow-Munroe Falls Nice donated deodorant wipes and clothing to the clinic at Fish Creek Elementary. Thank you to all of those who donated, and they will receive a thank you letter.
Thank you. Next up is superintendent's recommendations. The first one is personnel recommendations. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
East Jenkins,
Aye.
Merlitti,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Theodonic,
Oh, you turned it off.
Oh, aye.
Wind.
Aye. Okay, next up is that extended field trip. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
East Jenkins,
Aye.
Merlitti,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Theodonic,
Aye.
Wind.
Aye. Okay, next up, we have our treasurer's consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Galano, you have a presentation for us?
All right, so just going over the monthly financials for October. So the first page is a more in-depth of what the rest of the report's going to go over. I'm going to be going over some of these numbers. You can always go back and look at that in greater detail. Up next, we have our depository accounts, how much we have in each account, which bank institute is there, the interest we've earned, and the fees in charge, bank fees as well. So our cash position report, we're sitting at the end of October at $19.2 million. And we started in July, our fiscal year, with $10.2 million. And the ending cash balance of 19.2 leaves us at 92 days cash, which is really healthy. But we received all of the settlement at that point. So we're not going to receive any more settlements, real estate, real estate from until probably the end of January, early February, once they start bringing in the new taxes for that round. But it's always nice to see a healthy cash balance. But that's going to dwindle as you see coming November, December, possibly January. So just don't be too alarmed. It's just all the timing when we get those real estate dollars. And then a revenue analysis. So if you look at the numbers, last year, 2024. It's a 60% decrease in revenue. That's also just the timing. Some months we receive it later than others. I've said that many times at these meetings. And then 9% state foundation growth. That number always differs as well with how much we receive from the state aid. That's always timing as well. We receive a lot more some months and a lot more other months, all due to ADM and timing of when they pay certain things. So don't be too alarmed that I don't want people to think like, oh, we received a lot of a decrease in state funding. It's really just how much we were owed that month. And then other revenue, 32.9%. We just received fewer reimbursements and deposits in this October than last October. Then an expenditure breakdown, personal services. It was a 3-pay month, so the expenses for this month is a lot higher than last year. 14.2 million year to date. So July to today, July to October. Benefits 5.5 million year to date. So this format, it's kind of nice. It shows you year to date how much we spent in October, and then the increase or decrease from the prior year. And it just shows that the personal services is going to be our largest category, the human capital. And then when you look at benefits, the same thing. It's our second largest. Then you go to purchase services, 6.87% increase from prior year. And then supplies and materials and capital improvements in the fourth bucket. And then there's a forecast and outlook. Total revenue projected is 75 million. Total expenditures is 76 million. Our projected cash balance will be around $10 million. So roughly right where we started the fiscal year. That'll leave us at 48 days projected cash balance, which is less than the rule of thumb of the 60 to 90 days. And then we're looking at deficit spending as of the October fiscal 5-year forecast of $619,000 of a deficit spending. Then some key considerations, looking at what's happening on the state level, which affects everything we do, as well as the local level. And then just making sure that we are always spending the dollars on the right things and trying to save where we can. And then down here is really just where these supplemental reports come into play. Cash, and then the cash position report and check register. So October, we're doing pretty well. Like I said, the ending cash balance is going to start dwindling down to, for us, territories were not uncommon to see, but so just throwing that out there. Don't be alarmed when you see that. Money will be starting to come in at the first of the year.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
East Jenkins.
Aye.
Merlity.
Aye.
Sheehan.
No.
Okay. Theodonic.
Aye.
Wind.
Aye. Okay, next up, new business. Item A, resolution regarding the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, this is to possibly send this resolution to the OSBA Legal Assistance Fund. They always set aside dollars to help school districts, since we are members, offset some costs. So we are doing this to hopefully offset some of the lawsuits we have pending. So it doesn't mean we're going to be guaranteed. It's just something we have to submit and then see if we are granted any assistance.
This is just the ask. Yeah.
Correct.
Any questions or discussion?
How long does it take for them to come back with an answer?
We're not too sure.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
East Jenkins.
Aye.
Merlity.
Aye.
Sheehan.
Abstain.
Theodonic.
Aye.
Wind.
Aye. Our next item on new business, B, the resignation of Mr. Galano. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
I was about to say, if we don't take up the item, that doesn't mean we get to keep him. Mr. Galano, thank you. I understand new opportunities, and at the same time, I'm sad to lose you. I've really appreciated your work here in the district.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you also. I've learned a lot about how this is all set up, and I appreciate your patience with us as we go through. I appreciate you readjusting things so they were a little more clear, and everything you've done to help us be able to explain this to the people of Munroe Falls and Stow.
I just want to say thank you as well. I know that, when you stepped in, you had a lot to deal with, and you handled it. When you stepped in, you had an awful lot to deal with, and you've handled it with grace, and got us into a much better position than we were in and have been in for a very long time. So thank you for that. I wish you the best of luck.
I'm going to also echo what Carrie is saying, and I appreciate your just individual touch with each of us when we have questions, or when you need something from us, that you're persistent but very sweet about it. So we wish you the best.
Roll call, please.
East Jenkins.
Aye.
Merlity.
Aye.
Sheehan.
Aye.
Theodolnik.
Aye.
Wind.
Aye, if I have to. Isn't it Okay, next up, old business, Neola policy special update regarding transportation. This is the second reading, so no action needed on those policies. Item B is Neola policy package C, and that is also a second reading, so no action required. Okay, we didn't have any questions or anything on either of those. Okay, great. Next up, our discussion items. Discussion item. Some updates from Mr. Galano regarding some activity at the State House.
Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about some of these House bills that are going to the governor's office, I believe, this week. For signature or veto, they are House Bill 129, House Bill 186, House Bill 309, and House Bill 335, which are very concerning to all school districts in Ohio. So before I get there, I just wanted to talk about our current levy structure. We have 9 separate levies, and most of those levies are continuous levies. So at some point, those are on the ballot, and once they were voted in, you would never have to renew it. It's always going to be continuous. Now, how much those bring in are always going to change because reappraisals happen every 3 years, and those affect the mills in the end. But as of tax year 25, this is how much we were bringing in. And if I knew when they started, based off the information we get from the county, I did add those on the list as well. And then we do have an emergency levy that is expiring at the end of calendar year 26, which, based off of some of the House bills that were enacted, we can no longer renew after calendar year 25. So we did miss the deadline. By the time this was happened in the summer, we were too late to even try to put this renewal on the ballot. So we were just at the mercy of the politicians and what they decided. And then we have 3 other emergency levies that are expiring anywhere from 2031 to 2033, and I put the expiration date on there. So I want to jump back to the one that's expiring next year. The district and the treasurer at the time will need to decide what they're going to do for that and how they're going to make up those dollars. Just knowing that whatever they do put on the ballot, if it does fail, you're going to lose at least $3.6 million. So just throwing that out there, that how crucial these levies are for the sustainability of the district, paying staff, making sure students have the tools and resources they need to be educated. And then I just wanted to talk about tax years versus collection years, because we're always talking about tax years and calendar years and fiscal years. There's a lot of years that we talk about. So the tax year is from January 1st to December 31st. And then the collection year is the calendar year following that year. So we are in calendar year 25. So we just finished receiving tax year 24. So it's always the year behind. All right. And now we're going to get into some of the impact. This is just for Stow-Munroe Falls, based off of House Bill 129 and House Bill 186. Okay, they are relatively the same colors on that screen. So the top bar, the yellow or gold bar, is going to be the current law, and the blue bar is going to be the proposed change. So tax year 25, nothing is changing, which is really beneficial and really good. There were talks that they would retroactive this. So if they were looking at changing tax year 25, we would see a decrease in funding starting the first collections in the beginning of in the year, which would really affect our funding and really throw off the forecast. So they're starting in tax year 26. So like I said, the gold bar is the current law. The blue bar is the proposed law. So looking at that, you could see it's already decreased roughly $3.6 million in tax year 26. And then in tax year 27, it's $3.7 million decrease as well. Once again, the gold bar is current, the blue bar is proposed. So you could see that over the next several tax years, Stow-Munroe Falls is looking to lose $7.4 million of funding, local funding. This isn't state funding, this is local funding. I did the 5-year forecast last month, and we are deficit spending in the upcoming years. So take that deficit spending and then add $7.4 million in the forecast, and we're going to be really hurting. Fiscal emergency. So we're not the only school affected. There's many other schools who are affected, but it's just very concerning how, they're trying to do property reform, but they're not doing it the right way. I don't know what the right answer is, but they're really strong-arming what we could do with our local voice and what we are allowed to put on levies, on polls, and what voters can actually vote on. So they're really trying to take that voice away. But I totally understand that real estate reform needs to happen. So it is really concerning the next couple years for Stowe, just because those are some huge numbers, and roughly that's like a payroll for us. So just to put in a little bit of perspective. So then just kind of briefly talking about what each of the House bills are. House Bill 129 is the millage floor calculation and fixed sum levies. Beginning tax year 26, emergency levies and substitute levies approved before January will count towards the 20 mil floor, and new fixed sum levies already count immediately. Districts may renew substitute emergency levies approved before 2026 as fixed sum levies for up to 5 years, with the ability to collect up to the amount raised in the levy's final years. These levies may be renewed again. If the original levy received was 10% rollback and or the 2.5 owner occupant credit in any fixed sum levy that replaces or renews, it will continue to receive those rollbacks. So some of the levies that we have are eligible for the homestead and rollback exemption. So it's a decrease on the homeowner, which is really nice, and then the state pays the difference. So, but they're also looking at taking that piggyback away. So they're still going to give that credit to the homeowner, which is really nice, but we're not going to see that state reimbursement from the state, which is really devastating. I think it's about $2 million that we receive from the homestead and rollback exemptions. And then I put the information came from OASBO, so it was nice because they put the vote count on there, which was nice. House Bill 309, the County Budget Commission and Property Tax Law. This one is, I've said they're all concerning, but this one really is concerning because they're really trying to take away the local voice. Like I've said, the County Budget Commission may reduce any voter approved levy other than the debt levies if revenue is deemed unnecessary or excessive. So if the County Budget Commission looks at Stow-Munroe Falls and says, you know what, you have way too much money, we're going to adjust your mills and you're going to receive less money over time. That's basically what they would have the authority to do. Now, what they deem excess amount, I have no clue. But if we're looked to us at like, oh, you have $10 million at the end of the year, that's way too much money. But knowing for us, that's 40 some days of cash, that's not very much money that's not much money at all. But a public hearing is required before any reduction renewal levies may continue to be reduced immediately. The Senate amendment allows the County Budget Commission to reduce voter approved levies after 1 year instead of 5 years in the House passed version. House Bill 186 reduce certain school district property taxes, caps property tax growth at the 20 mil floor or tying growth to inflation, provides a retroactive credit for the 23 and 24 reappraisals, and guarantees impacted school districts to receive at least the same amount of property taxes as they received in the prior year. So what this one is looking at, some people look at it as an unvoted increase. So if school districts hit below the 20 mil floor, the 20 mil floor is the least a school district will the least amount that the school district will receive. So if school district drops to like 17 mils, the mills are automatically generated to get them back to 20 mils. So some people say that's an unvoted millage because taxes would then go up to cover that amount. And then House Bill 335, limited inside millage revenue increases. This caps the growth from inside millage to inflation, includes several technical amendments. I did do two House Bill 186 and House Bill 335. I did written testimonials for this. Clearly it didn't work, but hopefully once these get to the governor's desk, he will take a deep dive and look at this, what the outcome is for a lot of these school districts who are looking at losing millions and millions of dollars. And then just the double loss, that the projection loss from our $7 million plus the piggyback exemption, like we're looking and possibly not renewing levies, like at least $10 million, that's a ton of money. So $10 million is our ending cash balance. So if that money were to just be ripped away, we would be at $0 and we would be in fiscal emergency and probably the state takeover. So immediate action plans, looking at how incorporating the projected $7.4 million in the 5-year forecast and what that looks like. I already know that would be ugly. It'll be a lot of red. Also monitor the governor's actions and contain advocacy. Anybody could email, call, write to the senators and those in the House, as well as the governor, just talking about our local story, because every school district is different. And then provide board communication, update regular communication to the board about what's going on with these House bills. Then I did put the governor's information if you'd like to write, call, show up. Not sure he will talk to you in person. And also the contact form for the governor's website. And also OASBO did send Governor DeWine two letters today talking about the effects that these have on local school districts. So I added those to that as well. And then the one other thing that OASBO has been doing is updating us on the Senate bills and House bills. There's 30 pages of there's a lot. When we talk about what's going on at the state level, it's not just happening for school districts, it's everything and anyone involved. So if anyone who is really eager to see what's going on that you might not know about, take a look at this document. It has current updates, the bill page, so you can look at further information, but it's a really nice, cool tool that they give the school administrators to use for their benefit. So thought it was helpful for anyone who wanted to gain more knowledge about anything and everything going on at the state level regarding Senate bills or House bills.
Thank you for that overview. I know that you had submitted some testimony to the legislature. Are you planning to submit some to Governor DeWine as well?
Yes, I just don't know when that date is, but I will definitely look into it. I believe it is sometime this week, and I was hoping there would be an email so that way I could get to it faster. Sometimes we can't trust the snail mail and when it's going to arrive. So, but yeah, that's something that I'm always going to continue doing, is advocating for public schools. And
Thank you. Any questions, comments, discussion?
I just want to be clear. So at what point does the state take control of the school district?
that's mainly when you're going to have a zero cash balance or negative cash balances for several years in a row. But they're probably going to take a deeper dive at the February forecast, depending on what happens from now till then, to see what's happening with the schools and how their funding's affected.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure I could find that out for you.
This $7 million loss that we're projected, should the governor sign these bills? That's this coming year then?
So we would start getting this money in calendar year 27.
Okay.
So we would have roughly a year to make huge changes to prevent further deficit spending in the end.
Okay. So that would be beginning with the budgets and expenditures and all of those plans next summer. Then for fiscal year 27, we would have to take into account the fact that it would be less money coming in starting about midway through the fiscal year.
If this does pass, Dr. Gould and I, depending on when it passes and all that stuff, would be in works with everybody, preventing a deeper blow in the end. So we would start looking at things effective immediately on what we could cut and change, so that by the time we receive those funds, it's not a huge blow to us. So.
Anything further on this? Thank you. Okay, next up is our second comments from the audience. At this time, we welcome any additional comments and concerns citizens wish to bring before the Board of Education. All comments must be directed to the entire board and be no longer than 3 minutes. We will listen and consider your remarks, but there will be no conversation aside from clarifying questions. If you are seeking a direct response or further information, we ask that you submit your request in writing. Please begin your remarks with your first and last name.
Good evening. My name is it on? Closer. My name is Susie Thompson, and I do live in Stow. I've been here since the year 2000. And I do want to thank Patrick for his excellent work in being a treasurer. I've been coming to these board meetings, and he's helped me understand quite a bit about financing, where before I would have just been in the dark. Thank you. And I really appreciate your hard work. And Dr. Gould, what an accomplishment on your award. It's very good. Talking about treasure, I know I won't get an answer probably, but how much does these voucher systems take away from the local schools and what they're getting from the state? I mean, is there any way we can check on that?
Yeah, if you send us an email, I could give you some resources for that.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's terrible how much money is going for these vouchers. And the vouchers doesn't include all the children. I used to teach special ed, and it was really hard to get my students what they needed. And the voucher schools that they're going to go to, they don't accept children with disabilities. And I think that's so unfair, because that's my background. I really think they should. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
Okay, not seeing any further commenters. We will move on. Our next item is an executive session.
Can I just make a motion here before we get to that. I would just like to motion that we include board-elect member Jason Whitaker to the executive session.
I don't hear a second. Okay, executive session under 121.22G1 to consider the employment and compensation of a public employee or official, to consider the appointment and employment of a public employee or official. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
East Jenkins,
Aye.
Merlady,
Aye.
Sheehan,
Aye.
Sudonik,
Aye.
Wind.
Aye.
We're in executive session at 7 p.m.
There will be no formal action after other than adjournment.